Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Myers-Barber. I want to thank you for tuning in. I am live on Facebook and YouTube. Well, today is November the 22nd, 2024. And my topic today will be about Elon Musk and central casting. I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in.
Girl was procured. When I was a girl, I was procured and sent to work for a family. There was a boy, the boy's mother, and the boy's grandfather. They were coming from Africa. They were white as me. I thought they'd be black. And because of something the boy did, I never told what he did. The boy did something very dark. When he was very little. And then one day I asked someone in the circle, Imelda, Joaquin's mother, I asked Imelda, I said, is he the Antichrist? I was 13 years old. She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. So, now here we are, 40 years later. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. The boy's name then was El Elyon. It's changed over time. We're 40 years later. And I see that boy everywhere, and the world adores him, but he's the king of Babylon.
And by the way, a disclaimer, pretty much the CYA, is that this video is for entertainment purposes only and for satire. And you can do your own research and dig into this rabbit hole. Anyway, like I said, the subject matter today is Elon Musk. And we just heard from Nanny that I found online. Now, when I started hearing about Elon Musk, I guess it was about 2 years ago. Longer, of course, but he became kind of well known because in November of 2022, he purchased Twitter, as we all know. And he had this meme, with Twitter, pretty much a graveyard, that it's dead. And he renamed it to X. And so back then, I've been tracking him like you guys. At that time, Elon Musk had owned 7 companies, and they are the following, now down to 6. They are, we are all familiar, SpaceX, the rockets, all the rockets being shot off right now, Tesla, the Tesla robots that are coming out to around $30,000, and Kim Kardashian, which I am not getting into in this video, her weird photo shoot with a robot, a very sexual photo shoot with, I guess he gifted her a robot. Also, we just named X, formerly Twitter, the Boring Company, which has to do with tunnels. Of course, Neuralink. We cannot forget Neuralink, BCI, brain chip interfaces, which has been was approved by the government and the FDA back in 2023. We saw a first human trial. It's going on almost a whole year, and now there's been others added to these human trials. And he also owns AI. Yes, he does. He owns artificial intelligence, and of course, we all know that Donald Trump just made a brand new position for him in the government to handle DOGE. It's DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. So he is a very busy person. And today I'm so excited about also showing you this next part. I put together a little presentation. I've been catching things along, the way, and my focus is this right here. Let's add this to the stage. I'm going to be covering, before I get into this, I'm going to be covering a lot more on him, but this is definitely something that I want to show you. So this is a key part of my video. So we see him standing here, and this was just before the election. This was before in November, I guess it was it was 17 days before the election. He started announcing that he was going to be giving away $1 million a day to people that signed up under the 7 swing states. There were 7 swing states where you could go and sign up and, possibly win $1 million if you went and online and put your name under agreeing to, I think it was the first and second, amendment rights or something. That's how you qualified. So I believe this is from that. It was around, I guess it was around October. So what I did was I was taking pictures because I was watching this. I was really involved, and I was catching something here. And I caught, I caught that there was a 5-second silicone mask that he was wearing, and surprisingly enough, not even trying to hide it. Like you could really take my screen right here, do a little screenshot for yourself. Since my presentation, I do believe, is covering up my main part that I wanted to show you. They're not even trying to freaking hide this. And I noticed in the religion of the satanic religion is that they have to show you what they're doing. Has to do with reaping. It has to do with karma. We call it reaping and sowing in the biblical, Christianity world. But it's like they don't even try to hide stuff. It's like you almost wonder. And then there's a video here. And in this video, I noticed that there are disinformation pieces of the, campaigns, and Q was being brought up. So there's pieces of Q in here. But there's one key component that I picked up on. Basically, Elon Musk also used to own PayPal. And he no longer has ties to PayPal. In the year 2000, it merged with, which I don't think this year is correct even. It says it merged with Peter Thiel's, Thiels, Thiels. And we're going to see him in a minute in this, more of him in a minute in this video I'm going to play. Peter Thiel had an online payment company, and it merged with that. So I'm definitely going to show you. Hopefully this video will play, and I'm going to show you this now. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. You know what? I don't think the video queued up unless it's somewhere right here. Sorry about that. Anyway, maybe the video is for another time because it kind of gets more into J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance is not my topic right now. But since central casting didn't come up, and it is a major part of my video, I'll just read to you what this said. I wrote it down just in case, because we've seen Trump out there, especially before this election. I don't know if he's done it as much on his campaign lately, but it's a leading background casting company in the entertainment industry, and when you go, I didn't even Google this because I don't have time, but if you go to the set, basically what they're doing is hiring actors, stand-ins, and doubles. And so the video was pretty much showing the double situation, like with what I just showed you with the mask, and because they've stepped it up now, and they have the 5-second silicone masks, and probably who knows what, probably robots, if you want to ask me. I mean, I don't know, every day. So basically, that's what that is. And I want to also go back over to some more information that I found interesting, about Elon Musk. Back in 2022, he had a following of, I think it was 114 million people. And his following has now grown to, it's like 205.6 million. So we can easily see that, especially through some of the things I'm talking about now, that he and Donald Trump really are two of the most powerful men, I would say, in the world. And as far as who's more powerful, I don't really know. I mean, with his positions, the things that he is, doing, and people kind of looking up at him, watching the fire fall from the sky. A lot of people are saying that's the stuff in Revelation, and I just showed you his nanny. So interestingly enough, it is kind of scary. And there's some more that I want to bring in. And I am sad that I didn't get the video that I wanted to show you. So I'm going to have to, do another, I'm going to have to come back and show you this. But one thing that I thought was really something is that Elon Musk is looking for a home. And I'll show you this on the screen since I have it all queued up. He is actually looking for a home in Bel Air here, out here in Los Angeles. And he and his ex, they want to like shack up and buy a house. And this just came out here November, right this month, November. We're still in November, just a few days ago. So one of his exes, she goes by Grimes. They are house hunting for a Bel Air mansion to share with all of his children, I think, and mothers. Like they're all going to just shack up and live together. That is crazy, isn't it? And so they talk more about this in the article, and they just go through. I think there's like 12 children, but I'm not going to go through every dying detail of this stuff. He also recently, and this was November the 8th, he joined Trump on a call with Zelensky, the whole Ukraine situation. So these two guys are coming in like peacemakers. These are the duo peacemakers here. And we have these two. And not only that, Elon Musk actually traveled out to Iran and met with the United Nations ambassador. Okay, in New York. I'm sorry, I thought it was in Iran, but he actually met with the UN ambassador. So, more signs of him being extremely politically involved. And a day before he was made joint head of Donald Trump's new cost-cutting department that we just talked about. So, one more thing I wanted to add is that Neuralink did get a government approval, and there are many other BCI companies out there. I want to make mention, because I looked into that as well, that there are many of them, and right here in Los Angeles, not just, they're here in California. In case you did not hear, there are new terms that have developed on X. Starting on November 15th, which is just a few days ago, about a week ago, a new clause in the social media platform term of service is allowing every single post you put on there, every single data that you put in there is now being fed to an AI bot, and it is being trained. And so every text, post, photo, video, they're all like this says fair game. And I wanted to show you this because many people did not see the terms. And if you go search it out, I don't think it's easily found. And some people were really questioning some of my posts on Facebook. So definitely I'm going to make this really big for you. You can just put a simple Google search in. And what I did was I put X new terms AI bot, and that's going to bring it right up for you. So you're going to see that. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about here before I leave. If I could sign into my TikTok account, it sure would be nice, but they won't let me. And so you can, find a lot of information. Even if you don't have a TikTok account, you can put this in. And so some of the, comments are always just priceless that you get from people who probably are thinking the same way you are and me right now about Elon Musk. And they put things together with, I believe that, just like the nanny said, that this is the mark of the beast, and this is the chip that we need to buy or sell, etc. But we'll also have this AI capabilities. And I agree. It's just crazy how we are all here to see this, like live through it, Neuralink is 666 in that Greek numerology calculator. Some people think they will be raptured away. And my recommendation is that you stay very near to the Lord and just take it, day by day, and do not be deceived, like the Bible tells us so many times to do not be deceived during this, time. And there's a level of deception for everybody. I think with where we are, we're all maybe looking to one another. We're seeing the church fall apart. This is definitely not part of my video, but Daystar is the ministry that is being exposed right now. And a lot of people look to these outlets and try to, see God there, and are finding that the people they were trusting in just aren't trustworthy. And there's a lot of sexual allegations that are on top of this. It's not just political with people like Matt Gaetz, who just is, not going to get the attorney general position because of all of his sexual allegations and Venmo payments. Trump put Pam Bondi in, but it's just that the church is being so exposed. And it's, is anybody surprised when you see a politician fall under this type of allegation, because it's happening so much? But absolutely devastating when you see these ministries crashing like we are seeing right now, especially when they are on TV and they're people that we have maybe watched and liked and learned to trust. And I agree with one of my friends, Dee, who is saying Elon is a deceiver. And I have really always been, I have thought this all along. The problem is they are portraying him as this sweet father with a little kid on his shoulders. And and we need family. We do. So there's this push and pull. We have it appears that, he's today looking to buy an MSNBC to give a, seriously. And he's doing things, where he bought X and he was supposed to bring, the platform up to not being censored, but I'm so censored. But there are people that are not as censored. So there's a lot of things, going on. There's a lot of information that I'm seeing in the comments still just from that one nanny video about him saying that he left South Africa when he was 17. I did look up to see his age. He's like in his early 50s right now. A lot of people think different things about Trump and Elon. I see different things where people think that, one's the Antichrist and one is the false prophet. A lot of people, will switch those two titles around. We know that Antichrist means instead of Christ, and they're going to appear good and righteous and kind of like savior type status. And goodness, we just see that, happening right now before our eyes. Neuralink is a mark. Someone says the Bible tells us in Revelation that we're going to have this situation come upon us one day. In order to be able to buy and sell, it's going to be for everybody, rich or poor, young or old. It's not going to leave anybody out. And you will have to take this mark. It'll supposedly be on the forehead, which we know that Neuralink is being put in the brain back here through, and of all things, a robot is actually putting it down in the brain. And so we, could formulate to, go here or your, I don't know. I remember different things. I think about quantum tattoo type technology, quantum type physics, so that, we're just seeing stuff even in Whole Foods grocery store where people can walk in and pay with the palm right now. You can somehow link a credit card to your palm and never have to whip out the credit card. So just out of convenience, I've seen people they are setting this up. And so strange enough, this person has so much power. And I agree. Dee says we all need to pray for discernment daily and spend time with the Lord. Yes, we do. We need to know and learn the Bible. They are changing the Bible so much right now. They're taking just little pieces out. Like when Jesus is talking about praying and fasting, they're leaving out praying and fasting, and they're leaving out, like in Luke 10:19, where it says Jesus says he's given his believers all power and authority. They're leaving out one of those words. And so there's little words that they're taking out. And so this is a scary time. And so if we stay in the Word and not rely on the app, because the app could change. They could just go down, or they could just change the words so much. And I hear that China is doing that now. Goodness. So I'm going to go back and look and see if I've left anything out with what I wanted to reveal today. I am on 2 accounts on Twitter or X, and I started an AI account myself. I created it my own avatar, I guess, and I wanted to set that up because I'm being so censored. So I'm on here, and this is a good part of Elon saying you are the media now, and it appears that he is taking down evil media, people like MSNBC, and he was with Joe Rogan. He's with all the power players. They're all there and all together. Tucker Carlson's there. And you can just go down here and we can learn so much about all of them. And the translation, Karen, I'm referring to, King James Version was the one that was not being messed with. It was American Standard, I think, that I caught someone on YouTube revealing this. But I keep seeing revealing videos, or I'll catch it myself, even catch it in King James Version. Because one time, me, my mom, and my husband were reading the Bible, and we all three, I think we had 3 different versions, and I didn't have an entire verse. I can't even remember what we were reading. And it was left out of, I think it might have been the King James. So we got to watch everything. I mean, we really need the word. The word, Jesus says to hide the word in your heart. And we kind of really need to understand where we are and in this dangerous time. And it is a very deceitful, dangerous time. And I think set up by the enemy, where we would maybe look to others and try to understand, what is going on. So a lot of the, and then Trump, he started the 6th branch of the military. And I think it was a SpaceX. So they kind of teamed up. And there's just a lot of stuff going on with Starlink, which I think we might have opportunities to get a phone with Elon Musk, which would make sense if we all switched over. Then it would be a global, coming thing. But the Bible tells us that we will have to worship the image, and we will. He will know that we're not doing it. He'll see us, and through these satellites that have been put above us in the sky, I know I am being seen, and I'll tell you why. And you could probably agree with me as well. It's like, how do they see me when you see an ad, and the ad is just like, basically what you were doing. So I was giving my little dog a bath, and, you see sort of like the same tub and the same little, I don't know, it's just insane. Like the shower head I was using, and on my little Pomeranian. Then you see I see an ad, and the little dog is a Pomeranian, same color and the same color bathtub, and just stuff. Like, I'm like, I know they can see us and these satellites and everything. So I don't have time for this, really. So the picture I was showing earlier that had the mask is also right here. And this, was a current. I just want to prove to you, in the beginning of it, when I showed my video, I showed this person right here, and he had, you could see it. And his shirt says Occupy Mars, which that's like a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. There's just absolutely no way anybody can go there and live there, even though he thinks it's, in the near future, whether it's 2030, 2050, I don't even know. But it's, I looked it up, and that is war. That's a red planet, and it is war. And past cultures were terrified of Mars when I looked into this. And so, you have people hanging on every word from Elon Musk and also Trump. And we did go red. I mean, we all voted. We voted Trump in. And I know Elon Musk was a big part of the campaign. He was given $45 million a month to Trump. And now Trump is being seen. Was being seen with Elon Musk in Texas just a few days ago. And he was definitely central casting. And I'm talking about Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is taller. He's like 6'2" or 3, and Elon Musk is not that tall. And the pictures were showing that Trump was, so the height was off, and then anybody could tell it's not really Trump. I have that video, by the way. My review is more about Elon Musk today, and we know that we could all go down and just go, oh, I understand why, look how busy Trump is. Look, people are trying to kill him. You could go down all kinds of scenarios, but it's just so obvious. It really is so obvious. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else, but yeah, I think the main, part of why I wanted to come on is just to show you, more about Elon Musk. And a lot of people might not be calling him out as much, especially as he becomes more famous, popular, and loved and adored. And, kind of I don't think he's where Trump is, where he's being worshipped all over the world and adored as a person that's going to save them, because I guess they see if America falls, their countries fall. And that makes sense to me. But I think as we see some more time go, we're going to see successes with the people that are handicapped and have these limitations in their bodies. And so Neuralink is going to provide, it already has in a couple people, so much for them to have a great life. And whereas they were paralyzed before, and so the brain BCI, brain computer interface, helps them live a better life. And no one's thinking at this time, at least, and not a lot of people maybe are thinking about the bad guys that could come in and hack. So there's a lot of situations that could go, really wrong. And I mean, really wrong. So he looks like this amazing person. He's, buying a home in Bel Air, nearby, to shack up with all the children. He says that population we're not growing as in human beings. He says we're not growing, and he's had, I think, 12 kids. So there, I wanted to do a part 1 to, this, and then maybe you could give me your opinions, because I figured out some things, and, it just takes all of us to see where we are. So where do you see us heading? We are days away from holidays. Happy early Thanksgiving. And we have Christmas, and then right after that we have the inauguration, where Donald Trump is going to be sworn in the 47th president of the United States of America. So we have a lot to go through, and we know that the enemy is staying a little quiet right now, but I think they're organizing. So you'll have to tell me what you think. Thanks for tuning in. And God bless. Have a great weekend. It is Friday, and it's 4:44 p.m. in Southern California. And I hope you have an incredible night.